Hello, welcome back. Yeah, today we can go for the first time into Bill Evans Riverside box set. And of course, I started with the first comparison when it comes to Portrait in Jazz Bill Evans Trio. And I'm really happy that I can compare the one step, the 45 RPM out of the Riverside box set, and I can compare it also to the Electric Recording Company version. So see, 3 stereo releases, 3 prominent audiophile remaster label. I also have the Electric Recording Company mono version, but yeah, that doesn't make sense. I will mention it in 1 or 2 sentences because it's quite different. But of course we should concentrate on the 3 stereo releases, ERC, MoFi One Step and Analogue Production. Before we go into it, let me just share some information about the MoFi One Step. I made a video about how to go on with the MoFi collection, the market value, and this is a good example, the One Step. The One Step, the highest price has been up to 400 euros. And before I did this video, I looked it up over at Discogs, and you can get 46 copies, which in my opinion are quite some. And the price started with 170 euros now. So under the half price, no more than the half, it lost at its value. Doesn't change, of course, how it sounds. In that area it doesn't change anything, but it's quite interesting in my opinion. And what in my opinion also is quite interesting, if you put the price, put the ERC aside, they are on a different level, it's different what they does. But if you consider even 170 bucks for the One Step, it puts the price for the whole box set with 11 45 RPM versions in a little perspective in a way. Of course, it's still an awful lot of money, but maybe as a collector you also can consider this. Then another thing to the when it comes to the Riverside box set, when I did my live stream, this unboxing of the box, I said those are Stoughton jackets. No gatefold, but they are Stoughton jackets. And some said or wrote also in the comments, no, I don't think that they are Stoughton. So I double checked, I called Jet Kassem and asked him, and no, in this case I was right. Those are Stoughton jackets, although not gatefold, but yeah, shiny, glossy, high quality Stoughton jackets. Okay, now for the comparison. The comparison of these 3 records is, of course, that has been fun. It was so interesting. And I can tell you, we have 3 very, very different versions. Very different versions. But again, before I go into the comparison a little bit deeper, I just want to address a comment from the king of quality comments, John Bendy. If you ever see a John Bendy comment in the comment section, read it. It's 100% worth your time. It's always so informative, so deep, so knowledgeable. Read it, read it. If not, you really will miss important, interesting informations. And he stated that there might be a problem with the piano at a certain kilohertz level. and I should listen to it if I can hear that, or listen if it's there. I double checked with Chad Casson and asked him about this problem, and his answer was quite convincing. He said, you know, that's why we hire people like Kevin Gray, Hoffman, Bernie Gruntman, Ryan K. Smith. If there is this problem, they take care of it. And with all three versions, I haven't heard a problem in that area. Not with the analog, not with the ERC, and not with the MoFi. So, in my opinion, there is not this specific kilohertz problem when it comes to the Bill Evans piano, at least not on these three versions. Okay, as I said, we have three very, very different versions. Let's start with the MoFi. With the MoFi one step. This is for sure, and this is a big surprise, as this is on this super vinyl, this low noise floor vinyl, the noisiest version by far of these three. It has the highest and most prominent background noise of this three. I cleaned it and listened again. No, it was still there. When it comes to the music on this release, I am under the impression, and I don't know if that has something to do with the additional step, the digital step, because this is a digital version, DSD 256, that it has the most EQing, because the piano of Bill Evans is almost disconnected to the other musicians, the bass, the drum. They are very much in the background and very down there. The piano is, in this version, the most prominent. It has quite a lack of detail, which is again astonishing compared especially to the Analogue production, the Riverside 45 RPM. When it comes to this version, to the 45 Analogue production version, you have the, in a way, biggest one of them. Paw! This is almost bombastic compared to the other two. It's huge in a way. Very big soundstage, very big depth, and yeah, you know, this is the version. The Analogue production is the version you put on when you want to show the most impressive version of this album. The soundstage is fantastic. The details, you know, these subtle details, the certain roughness of tones, the vibrations, difficult to explain, difficult to find the words, but you can really go deep into this music and always discover new details, new nuances. And this is what makes the Analogue production so impressive. The dynamic is not that different on both releases, and but sorry, and it has nothing to do with the things that had happened. I've said that before on other one steps against Analogue Productions, for example, the Muddy Waters. In my opinion, the Analogue production, the 45 Analogue production, is, for an audiophile, that's what you expect. Way better, way better. The noise floor, the vinyl, the pressing is top-notch quality. If I wouldn't have known better, I would have said that the Analogue Production is on the super vinyl and not vice versa. I have to be. It's so obvious in my opinion, no doubt about it. That's very impressive. The ERC version, which I do not find right now. I hope I still have it. Give me a second here. Where is my ERC? It's gone. That's strange, isn't it? Losing a here it is. Losing a record while you're doing a video. Sorry. The ERC version, on the other hand, is very sublime, very, very analog, very warm. Not that big of a soundstage, still a beautiful, great, impressive soundstage, but way more subtle, way more coherent if you consider the age of the recording in a way. And this is of course very beautiful, at least for me, that I'm now able to have this record again in very different versions. And in this case, I can't tell you my go-to version right now. I can't. This is something that depends on the mood, or that depends on what way I would like to prefer today. The more bombastic, the bigger audiophile analog production, or the more laid-back, easy, beautiful ERC. So I can't make a ranking in a way. I can tell you that I didn't like the one-step, that I liked the one-step MoFi the least, due to the noise floor, due to, at least that comes very clear to me when I compared them, probably heavy EQing. You know, I'm reluctant to say, yeah, it's because it's digital. I don't know. Difficult to say. It lacks the warmth of the other two. That is for sure, at least on my system. But the Analogue Production, out of the Riverside box, was even better than I expected it. I didn't expect this big of a difference to the one step. I didn't expect that. Maybe also because it's 10 years earlier, has something to do with the tapes, although probably not, but you never know. But the first comparison out of this Bill Evans Riverside box set, the Analogue Production compared to the MoFi is the clear winner. It's an easy one. The Electric Recording Company is a different cup of tea due to the way they master their releases. In the most cases, they do so little EQing, they just let them run through their lyric valve system, and the outcome in general is always interesting, beautiful, and fantastic. Yeah, that's it for the Portrait in Jazz Bill Evans Trio comparison. Impressive box set, I imagine. So the first one was super. Okay, see you on the next one. Thank you for your time. Bye.